Hey everybody, welcome back to our next episode. This will be episode 3 of a playthrough of Temple of Elemental Evil, a Dungeons & Dragons board game. We are deep in it. This is Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek, Doug Herring on YouTube, and we're getting ready to take our next turn. I did 2 turns in the last event, and I want to first, of course, go over some corrections. Well, really it's only one correction, but I still want to go over it. Something that's, I'm trying to not mix up the rules and keep things straight, but I did miss one thing that carried over from both of them, and I should have remembered this. But when you have, so Alaros had under his control, well, not under his control, but allotted to him one of the bugbears, and then I believe it was Rat Shadow had the other. And even though they were under 2 separate players' turns, if you have the same creature, when one activates, so does the other. And I forgot to do that. And now this one's still in the experience pool, but I'm not going to go back and correct it. I just want to let you know that I was not doing that correctly, and I needed to actually activate them both at the same time. Not that the game is not being brutal enough to us as it is. So we're going to continue on, and we're going to get started with, I guess, well, we've been starting with Rat Shadow, so I guess we'll start there again. Now, just to catch you up, something that happened, a card took out our sorceress, our wizard, Nim. She is down, but not before she used her Big B's hand to throw this earth cultist clear across the dungeon floor and stun him. Now, he didn't activate yet, so when he activates, all we're going to be doing is removing the stun token. He is actually stunned currently, and he's going to remain that way. But we're going to get started again with our rogue Rat Shadow right here. And I think that what Rat Shadow is going to do first is, yeah, I think Alaros is hurting, but I don't think we're ready to pop that healing potion. Well, anyway, I think that's what we're going to do. So, but if we don't explore, so Rat Shadow has a healing potion that will give 2 hit points back to her or him or an adjacent hero. I think the first thing he's going to do is use his short bow, which is this card here, his at-will power, to attack the monster within 2 tiles. It's within 1 tile. So we're going to roll a d20. We're going to get a +5, and it does 1 damage. The Earth Cultist has a armor class of 16. So doing this hero phase, we're going to put the cultist right there so you can see. It's the last of our current monsters left. Let's hope we get lucky. A 3 is not lucky. So Rat Shadow missed the stunned cultist, and that's going to be his attack. Now we are going to move to here and as an action, and then we are going to use the healing potion to heal up Alaros 2 points. So you can see up here, we're going to take these 2 points off of Alaros. He is healed back up just a little bit. Not enough to help us out completely, but better than nothing. And then I think that is going to wrap up the hero phase for Rat Shadow, who did not get to a tile's edge. There will not be an exploration phase, but we will have to draw an encounter card. Okay, so got our encounter card deck out here. Boom. Let's see what nastiness awaits us. Windswept. Remove your hero from play. Place a new monster in the square your hero last occupied. At the start of your next turn, hero phase, place your hero on any tile. Okay, that's interesting. So, Rat Shadow backed up, handed this potion, used this potion on Alaros, and then mysteriously disappeared. So, we're going to put him off to the side. We're going to put the encounter deck away, get our monster deck out, and draw a monster card who's going to appear right behind Alaros. It's a Gnoll Archer, so let's get him out. And there he be, the Gnoll Archer, controlled by Rat Shadow, whose turn it is now, basically it is now currently the activation phase. So, wait, hold on, let me think. If, at the end of let me just go through the sequence of play here. So we were in the villain phase. It says if you didn't place a tile during the exploration phase, okay, so that's the third thing that happened, so I guess we will have to activate this Gnoll Archer, who is right behind Alaros, and it says, if the archer is within 2 tiles of the hero, it attacks the hero the hero within 2 tiles with the fewest hit points remaining in it with an arrow. Otherwise, the monster moves 1 tile toward the closest hero. So I guess that it gets to use its bow at in completely short range. So it's going to use it on Alaros. He's the one with the least hit points. So this Knoll wind sweeps away Rat Shadow. A Knoll appears in its place, and it immediately shoots an arrow into the back of our fighter. Hopefully the wind is still strong enough that it misses. It needs a +7, or it has a +7. It needs a 17 or better. So let's see if it gets it. A 10 exactly gets a 17. So out of the 2 points that we healed Alaros, one of them is unfortunately going back. That sucks. Okay, but now it is, in fact, Alaros' turn. So I'm just going to get this Windswept card. I'm going to put it next to Rat Shadow's card so I remember what happened there. The Knoll is going back as well. And now we have Alaros, who's right here on this space. So he's going to use his, he's been very unlucky, but he is going to use his Great Axe to, no, he might as well use his Battle Axe, right? His Battle Axe to attack. It says attack 1 adjacent monster. After the attack, you can move 2 spaces. So we're going to use this card, and we're going to attack the Knoll Archer, who has a, oh, you know what? It does have 2 hit points. God, a lot of things have 2 hit points in this. So we're going to use the Great Axe. Great Axe is +6 to hit. It does 1 damage, but if you start adjacent, it does an extra damage, which is the case here. So all you got to do is hit, which he's been really bad at. Okay, let's see if we can get this done here. Alaros, apologies, I was interrupted, but you did see that he rolled a 7, which is exactly enough to hit the Knoll. And it's going to do 2 points, so we are going to kill the Knoll Archer in one great sweep of Alaros' mighty axe. And the Knoll Archer has been killed. This is going to go into the experience pool, so 2 more experience. We do have enough to get rid of an encounter card now with our experience points. And then we get to draw a treasure for Alaros. So let's go do that. Okay, treasure time. Let's see what we get. It's just some money. That's all we're getting is money. I mean, they're going to need it later on, but it would be nice to get some items going first. So we have some, I mean, we got a healing potion in that, but there it is. Another 100 gold. Alaros now has 200 gold in a pile and is actually thinking that that's not very worthwhile. But Alaros still has a non-attack action to go. So I think, and Alaros he has a movement of 6. He'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to this edge and explore this untrapped edge there. I think he'll do that. Boom. He goes right to here. And then, of course, that would end his hero phase. And then we're going to explore. So let me see if everything's well on the camera. It is. I'm going to take this tile and we're going to pull it. Oh, it's both an encounter and a monster. So we'll lay that one here. Boom. First thing we're going to draw is a monster card for that. Let's see what we get. A troglodyte. We're getting all mishmash, all kinds of crazy things, aren't we? So let's find a troglodyte in here. I'm looking through it. See if we can find ourselves a troglodyte. Okay, let's I think I found one. There we go. Here's a troglodyte figure. It is going to appear right here in this monster space. I would give this monster to Alaros. Okay, and then we're going to draw another encounter card. Now we do have enough experience points to get rid of this, so if it's something terrible, we'll be able to get rid of it. Of course, it probably will be. Occultist Gathering. Reveal the top 5 cards of the monster deck. Discard any monsters that is not human or elemental. Shuffle the remaining cards and put them back on top. Place a new monster on your hero's tile. Reveal the top 5 cards of a monster. Discard any monster that is not human or elemental. Okay. Well, I think, do I let that slide? It's going to be a lot of fighting, isn't it? That also means a lot of treasure, potentially. And also, potentially, a lot of dying. Yeah, let's... I can wipe that out with... But, you know, there's ones that just automatically do damage. I think we're going to try and keep this one and see what happens. Okay, here's our monster deck. We're going to have to draw 5 off the top. First one is a Knoll Archer. That one will not be... the remaining cards are put back on top of the deck. Okay, so that will not be a human. It's not a human. That is a Bugbear. That is not a human. Our third draw is a Hobgoblin Fighter. That is not a human. Our fourth one is a water cultist, so we will draw a water cultist out. And our fifth one is a fire bat. So, okay, well, good. These are going on top, so we kind of know what's coming. And this water cultist is going to go into play on the tile with our hero. So, let me find a water cultist in and amongst the pile of dead guys and stuff. I think this is one. Yes, it is. Okay, there's the water cultist. Boom. And it is. I guess I'll place it right here on his tile. Now, unfortunately, all these guys are going to activate, so that's not wonderful because this is Alaros' turn. Now, that was his exploration phase, and this encounter card did happen. So we're going to discard that, move the encounter cards over, and now we're going to start to activate the 3 monsters under Alaros' control. We'll start with the easy one. That is this guy here. He is just now not stunned. So that's all he does this turn. Boom. Okay, now we'll go to the troglodyte. Troglodyte says, if the troglodyte is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with its diseased claws. Has a special ability. Stench. A hero that begins his or her phase adjacent to the troglodyte gains disadvantage. Ooh, yuck. Okay. Well, he does move to right here so he can attack Alaros. It moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks. Yes, so we're going to do that, and let's go to the dice bowl. Troglodyte's not particularly powerful, but he can do damage. With a 16, he will. So I roll way better for the monsters than I do for myself, unfortunately. So we're going to take another point of damage and put it on Alaros. That puts him up to 8 out of 10 again. But that is the end of the troglodyte's turn. Now we have this water cultist to go. The water cultist is going to, let's see, it says, if the water cultist is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks. Well, again, that would be Alaros. So it's going to, I'll just put it right there. It's going to go and attack Alaros. Let's go back to the dice bowl. Okay, he's got a +6. He needs to get a 17. A 4. The water cultist missed Alaros. That is great. So Alaros lives to fight on another turn. Not the best turn ever, but another turn nonetheless. Okay, next up, let's go with Mistra. Okay, well, being that she is down, we are going to have to use one of our healing surges already. That is a bummer. Which is going to put 3 points of damage on Mistra. We're going to take the 5-pointer off. I'm just telling you this. She has 3 points of damage against her, and which leaves her with 3 points. She goes exactly to 3 points, and she is up. Now she gets to take her normal turn. So for her normal turn, she's got to get off that tile. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here, and then I think she's going to attack one of those, probably the troglodyte, since it only requires 1 hit point. And she can, well, she could try to disintegrate that water cultist and be done with him. So basically, I'm thinking she's just going to firebolt the troglodyte and be done with it and kill it. Or she could try and disintegrate the water cultist. But I'm saving that for something really nasty. Or she could move right up to the troglodyte. Now, I think she'll do the firebolt. Much safer bet. She's going to do the firebolt. It's +7. She's going to launch it into the troglodyte. Okay, Mistra, let's see if your powers of magic hold up and you get a clean hit on this troglodyte. Let's pray for some good dice. A 20. That is awesome. I don't think a 20... I'm mixing up my rules, I'm sure. I don't think a 20 does anything in this game. I think you only level up in between towns. So in the old game, at this point in time, if I rolled a 20 and had 5 experience in my pool, I could cash in that experience and gain a level. But yes, I'm 100% certain. Let me just think about it. Maybe it might be critical. Let me think. Yeah, it's critical, but let me think about this. Well, it's a shame I didn't attack the water cultist. It is a critical. It does 2 points of damage. So I think you can see way up here, the troglodyte has been killed. That means we're going to take the troglodyte's card, which is going to give us another experience point. We're going to put it in the pile, and the Mistra is going to get to draw a treasure card, which is a good thing. Let's see what we get here. I'm just going to hold it up here. Clarity. Play immediately. Choose one hero. That hero either gains 1 hit point or loses disadvantage. Well, I think we're going to... Well, obviously we have to play this immediately, but I believe what we're going to do with that is recover one of the hits from Alaros, since he's in the most immediate danger. So we took that point off of Alaros. And that was her treasure card. Now, though, that unfortunately is not the end of it. For her, there is no exploration phase because she didn't make it to the edge of a tile. So we're going to have to draw a encounter card. Alright, let's see what terror this brings us now. Cut purse. Lose 200 gold pieces if your hero doesn't have 200 gold pieces. He or she takes 2 damage. Well, we're not going to do that. She's not going to take the 2 damage. So we're going to use 5 experience points, which we have. Here's 5. Now that leaves us with only 2 left, but that's 5 right there between the Knoll Archer and the Troglodyte, the bugbear that we killed earlier, to get rid of that card. Okay, so the cut purse has gone away because we don't want the Mistra to take more damage, and that is going to end that turn for her. Now we come to Barrowin. She is right here, and I don't know that she's going to. Well, we know she's going to move, and she's got a movement of 5. So can she get? Let's see. I'm sure she can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to get to right there. Fortunately, it means we're going to be drawing yet another encounter card this turn, but she's going to hit the Water Cultist. So the Water Cultist has a armor class of 13. She's going to use her Blessed Mace. Oh, you know what? When I did that last attack with Alaros, he hit anyway, but he did have a advantage. I might have criticaled. It doesn't matter. He killed it. The Knoll, that is. But I do have to get rid of that advantage token on him. So I think that we're still going to use the Blessed Mace. And okay, we're going to use the Blessed Mace here. +6 with does 1 damage. Let's go to the dice bowl. This isn't going to kill the Water Cultist, but it'll get it closer. So that is a 16 + 6 is 22. So she hits soundly. And I hope your math skills are as good as mine, because you can keep up with it then, right? Let me get a damage token for the cultist. There it is. And then we're going to place that right here on that cultist. Okay, the cultist is damaged, and we get to give advantage to somebody. I'm going to give it back to Alaros, because Alaros actually can kill things with 2 hit points. And basically that ends Barrowin's turn. So now we're going to draw an encounter card. And guys, this is really rough. It's amazingly rough. Anyway, what do we get? Grasping Tides. Your hero takes 1 damage and you discard 1 treasure card. Well, this is Barrowin, who has no treasure. If you don't have any treasure item cards, discard your hero card. Your hero takes 2 damage instead. Well, we can't avoid that, so we're going to take 2 more damage on Barrowin. That puts her at 5 out of 8. So Barrowin took 2 more points of damage. I hate these things. You just take damage. You can't avoid it. You can't do anything about it. You just take the damage. Anyway, that is going to be the end of that. So that was Barrowin's turn. Actually, that ends all of our heroes' turns now. Barrowin doesn't control any monsters, so that ends that. Now, I think we're going to keep going. We're going to wrap around and do 1 more turn. I've been doing 2 at a time. So, and I think we have plenty of time to do that. So I'm going to take these cards away. We're going to start over. We'll start with Alaros again, who is going to attack this Water Cultist right here, and does have advantage. Okay, Alaros is going to attack again. I think we'll just use his battle axe, because then he can move to. Not that that's going to matter much, but there's the battle axe. It's +6, and it is plus. I mean, these are the same. They just have different advantages. The great axe can do 2 points of damage, but you don't need to worry about that right now. The battle axe does 1, but it allows him to move 2 spaces after he hits. So that's what we're going to use. And oh, you know, we were doing Rat Shadow first, but I'm not going to worry about that. We'll just Rat Shadow will go last this turn. Let's go in the order that I have them on the table. Okay, so we're going to roll 1 die. Remember, Alaros does have advantage. He rolled a 2, so let's hope that he does better on the next roll. A 15 is better. That 15 + 6 is 21, so that will succeed in hitting the Water Cultist. Boom, that Water Cultist is now dead. Now, what does that mean for Alaros? Well, we did get to put the treasure into, or the experience into the experience pile, but we also get to draw a treasure. What do we get? Blessings of Torm. Play immediately. Your hero may use any at-will power without using an action. How does that help? Is it any hero? No, your hero. So the one that we're talking about Alaros. Is there anything Alaros can do that will help? Daring Shout. choose one monster within one tile. No. Oh, at willpower. So just 2 attacks. The guy was a worthless treasure. Doesn't do anything for him because we killed this guy, so he is gone from the table. That was the only monster within range of an attack. So a little good that did. Wow, absolutely worthless treasure for Alaros. Bummer. Okay, well, that ends his turn. He did not explore an edge, a tile's edge. So he does have an ability that I might use just to make sure we don't have... Oh, wait, he hasn't moved yet. He gets to move 2 because of what he just did. So we'll just say 2, and then we'll move him 1 more over to the edge. Okay, what do we get? Interesting corner tile with lots of traps. It is going to go upwards. Don't know how he feels about that. I got a crease in my table, guys. Its tiles are not staying put, so we're going to leave it just like that. We're going to have to populate it with a monster. And there is no, it's a white arrow, so we're not going to have an encounter card. But we do have 2 traps as well. There's our monster. It's another Gnoll Archer. We've seen him before. Here he is. He is going to go right there. And he's going to shoot at Alaros, of course, because Alaros is right in front of him. And then we're going to take these 2 traps here and put them right here. Trying to run these tiles out as quickly as possible because that's how we get to the exit, right? So anyway, that is going to be Alaros' exploration phase. Now we're going to move on to his the villain phase. So this one's going to move first, and it's with the cultist. It says if the cultist is within, well, it's not. So otherwise the monster moves 1 tile closer, so we're going to move it to right here. That's that guy. That's all he does, is he tries to move closer, navigate himself closer to the players. The Gnoll Archer is within 2, so he's going to shoot with his bow. He's going to shoot Alaros. Poor Alaros can't take much more, but a 7 is 14. That will miss. So the Gnoll shot his bow and missed Alaros. That's twice a Gnoll has missed Alaros. That's a good thing. And then we're going to continue our turn with the Mistra. Not forgetting that I have to remove this advantage token from Alaros. Okay. Just making sure I got all my ducks in a row. I do. Okay, Mistra. Mistra is going to move. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to rearrange things for just a moment. Okay, I kind of brought things closer to me so that when I can pan down to the dice bowl. It's right here. Got all our action right here. This is a game where, like in Shadows of Brimstone, I can pick up tiles as we go. You never go backwards. That may not be true here, so you can't really unbuild the dungeon. But the Mistra is going to move and probably take out the Gnoll. The Gnoll does have 2 hit points, so she can't do much with that. She could, let's see. I'm really tempted to use her disintegrate and get rid of this cultist that's near them. It's within 1 tile though, so she'd have to move where she could see the cultist. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, guys? Because she wasn't on the board. I totally forgot before any of this happened to put our character back out. So here, I'm going to take a little bit back. I'm not going to adjust anything that happened over here. But this guy was stunned right here. He would have appeared. I think I wanted to have him appear right here and shoot the cultist. That is Rat Shadow, because that could make a difference on whether or not we can kill him or not. So Rat Shadow is going to would have used the short bow again. So let's go to the dice bowl. I have a couple of things to do there because he does get to take his full turn. He could appear anywhere, huh? Well, we're going to have to draw an encounter card for that, I guess. But we're going to roll first to hit. That was a terrible miss. Rat Shadow missed the cultist, so the cultist would have ended up here like usual, but we would have also had to draw an encounter card that says Avalanche. Attack each hero on your hero's tile. That would be 2 of them. No, I take it back, just himself. That's a +8. And it's going to do 1 damage, but could do 2. So we're going to put that right there. Rat Shadow has an AC of 14, so it hits. So Rat Shadow took 2 more points. That's going to put Rat Shadow up to 6 points of damage. Okay, and 6 out of 8. So Rat Shadow is now hurt as well. There's the 2 points there. And yeah, and here's the thing. Well, we would have had to put Rat Shadow. Couldn't have been there. Would have had to be. Probably would have put it right here. But that would allow him to attack Well, we would have had to be here. So that changes what happens with this Earth Cultist on Alaros' turn, which is fine, because it's not too late to do this yet. Okay, the Earth Cultist is going to move up to here and attack Rat Shadow. It's 1 tile away at that point, so we can do that. Let's roll for the Cultist. It's got +7, a 9. That is going to hit hit Rat Shadow for 2 damage, which is going to put Rat Shadow down. Our other healing surge used already. Absolutely insane. Okay, now we're caught up to our current point. I totally forgot Rat Shadow last turn, so that was my mistake. And we were going on to Mistra. Well, I think that Alaros will have to take the Knoll on. We're going to get rid of this. We've got to do something with this Cultist. I think she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to use her Disintegrate on the Cultist. Wait, let me show you what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay. 1, 2, 3. She's going to stand there and take a shot at the Cultist. She's going to use her Disintegrate daily power because we're getting our butts whooped and we need to take some action quickly. So let's do that. Okay, we only need to hit a 16. They have a high AC of 16, so they're kind of tough. Whew. Let's hope we get lucky there. Another 20. That's 3 points of damage. I wouldn't have had to use it, but I did. I declared it, so this has been used. Boom, this is gone from her. She's used 2 of her big powers so far. She's just a power-wielding fiend, but she did destroy this guy. So this goes into our experience pool. Boom. We get rid of that. We draw a treasure card for her. Let's see what we get. Robe of Eyes. Okay, used during your hero phase. Your hero gains advantage. Flip this card over after 1 use. Okay, she'll take it. She has found a Robe of Eyes. That's awesome. He has eyes all over it. Kind of nifty. And that marks the end of that. She does need to draw now an encounter card because she didn't explore a tile's edge. What happens? Dark Gift. A, your hero takes 1 damage. B, draw a card from the treasure deck and choose another hero to take 2 damage. I don't have anybody that can take any damage. Well, I think it would be cheating to give this card to Rat Shadow, who's down right now. Doesn't say your hero has to be up. If she takes 2 damage herself, that'll put her 1 point away from dropping. So it's a choice of 1 damage or no damage. I could get rid of I could avoid the card, but this one isn't that bad. I just wish I could heal. Well, you know, guys, I think if she's going to take 1 damage, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? She's going to get the item and take 2 damage. If she's going to take 1 anyway, she might as well. So let's see what she gets. 100 gold. That was not worth it. Should have said something like, search the deck until you find an actual treasure. That would have been worth it, right? Okay, I'm going to go put this 5er on her sheet. Take 2 back. So she's at 6. She's at 5 points out of 6 right now, and she's got 200 gold on her. So that was not worth it. But it was, might as well do what we can, right? And that officially ends her turn. Now we're going to go on to Barrowin. Well, I think Barrowin's just going to move ahead. She's got any ranged attacks? Well, she's got a move of 5. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And she's going to use Cure Wounds. So it's used during your hero phase. Your hero or one adjacent to you gains back 3 hit points. We're going to use that. That's one of her utility powers. It is now used up for the turn, but that is going to allow us to take 3 points off of Alaros. She's going to heal Alaros, leaving Alaros with just 4 points of damage out of his 10. So he's in better shape as a result. But that is going to be her entire turn. So now we have to draw an encounter card. And we still have that Knoll there on the field, but nobody to control it right now, so we're okay. Not until Alaros goes again. Okay. Place a new monster on your tile. That monster activates. I could get rid of this, but do I want to? I think we'll just keep this one. at least we can control the outcome of this to some degree. So we're going to take a monster and place it on our tile. That's the tile with Barrowin. A bugbear. Okay, so Barrowin now has a bugbear under her control. It is her turn. And a bugbear is going to appear, I guess it'll appear right here. It doesn't really matter. Is there a there's no, that's fine. Okay, that was the encounter, and it activates, so it's going to immediately turn and attack. Let's see what the bugbear does. It moves to the adjacent closest hero and attacks with a spiky club, so it's just going to attack Barrowin. It's got a +8. Barrowin has a 16 armor, 7, and I think that's going to be a miss. Yes, a 7 and 8. Yes, that is just barely, but the bugbear did miss. So that means that there was no damage done to Barrowin. That ends Barrowin's turn. Okay, next up we have Rat Shadow, who is down. So we use our final healing surge, the only other one we have. We stand Rat Shadow up, and Rat Shadow now has 4 of 8 hit points back, or a total of 4 back. And then we get to take his turn. So I think with the short bow we can get within 2 tiles. So he's going to go. He's got a movement of 5. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and shoot the troglodyte with the rogue short bow. Boom. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm going to take a look at his other cards, just to see what we got here. Sneaky's not going to help. Ambush. Hit or miss if the monster is adjacent to another hero. It takes 2 damage. No, it has to be within 1. Oh, it is within 1. No, it has to be adjacent. Okay. I was looking at this card, Ambush. I also got this utility card. I think we're just going to stick with the short bow for now. Okay, short bow it is. Boom. We have a +5. Now, let me think about this just a little more. Okay. Yeah, might as well just go for it. So, a 10, a 15, I think that... Oh, man, that's a 15 that just hit the bugbear. The bugbear has a 15... armor class, so it succeeded. He succeeded at hitting the bugbear. It has taken a point of damage. Booyah! With the short bow. So good job, Rat Shadow, doing your thing, doing your thing. Okay, now we got to draw an encounter card for Rat Shadow. A robber. You may choose to lose 1 gold. He doesn't have 1 gold. If you do not lose 1 gold, place a new monster on your hero's tile. How many new monsters can we possibly have going on? I tell you. Well, I don't have the gold to give. Right? I would have just given up the gold. Rat Shadow would place a monster on the tile, but I think we're going to get rid of this card. We need a break. So when I say that, it's because we have enough experience to do it. So here's the Earth Cultist. That's 3. And the Water Cultist is 2. That's 5 experience points. This card, the Robber card, is going to go away. And that leaves us with 2 experience left in the pool. So we need 3 more to make sure that we don't have an encounter card. Okay, and that's going to end Rat Shadow's turn. That ends our second turn there. So that's going to be it. We have successfully completed that. Again, I'm sorry I made a little mistake there with the turn order because of that. Weird card, the Windswept card that took Rat Shadow off the table. Anyway, guys, yeah, this guy's hard. I'm trying to puzzle through the best way to win this. I'm getting our characters spread out too. So as you can see, they're getting a little spread out. We got to bring them back together, and we have to keep exploring. Otherwise, we're not going to get through this very well. Though I believe, you see how many tiles we had come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're getting close to where we might be finding our... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Our room, our guard room, which would be awesome. But then we have to get through the guard room and get out. So let's hope we get that soon. Otherwise, we are hurting pooches. Just to give you an idea, everybody's damaged. I mean, heck, most people have 1 or 2 hits left before they go down. So we have to avoid damage at all cost with these critters. Fun stuff, right? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for putting up with my little mistakes here and there. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you soon. So enjoy the rest of your weekend or week or whatever you're at when you're watching this. And take care.